Welcome to Whiskey Bandit Reviews. I'm Eric.
And I'm Josh.
And today we have the Michter's Toasted Barrel finish. We're going to let you know if it's worth spending that extra $50 over the regular stuff.
So let's drink on that.
Okay, Josh, so this is the Michter's Toasted Barrel. Do you have any just general thoughts on Michter's itself while I get this thing open?
Honestly, for me, Michter's has been a little hit and miss. They've had some pretty solid products. They've also had some that I just really have not cared for very much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I'm normal. That's pretty solid.
Okay.
It's real cork too, right?
Yeah, I was looking for like some kind of plastic on it, and it's not there. It's just a cork with a little thing over it.
Well, that's good. I know that's a positive for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was saying, generally speaking, I'm usually, I wouldn't say a huge fan, but I usually at least mostly like the Toasted Barrel stuff, so I'm pretty excited to try this one. You always kind of get those toasted marshmallow kind of notes. It's kind of what I think of with the Toasted Barrel. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty excited to try it.
Yeah, I can't recall if I've had one of these before either. Michter's I'm normally not fond of, even like the 10-year bourbon or the 10-year rye. It's just got, I don't know, it has a weird kind of aftertaste for me normally. But maybe that's just me. Because I know a lot of people seek that stuff out, and I got a few back here. But especially this is one that people seek out a lot. This is batch 22G2240, it looks like. So I'm guessing that's the 2022. They've been doing this since 2014. It's 86 proofer, so not real high on that. So it's just their regulars, Michter's US 1 bourbon, sour mash, that they put in a toasted barrel for an unknown amount of time. They used to say that it was 26 days. I think they got away from saying that because their bourbon also does not have an age statement. So
keeping things under wraps over there, it seems like.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to what you were saying. Normally, if I do like a Michter's product, normally it is a rye, one of the ryes. I know that's kind of seems to be more in line with their mash bill. But the toasted oak here, you mentioned being pretty sought after. I've noticed here lately in the secondary market, this being something that sells for pretty substantial prices.
Yeah.
Pretty easily could get rid of this bottle for $300 to $400, it seems like these days, which is kind of crazy. But
yeah, and I think retails, like I said, $100. So their bourbon sells for around $50. So this is almost double of what just their regular bourbon is. So we're about to find out about that, if it's worth 50 extra bucks.
Yeah. I'm already a little bit put off. Like you said earlier, it's the 86 proof. I don't really want to hold that against it before I've even tried it, because sometimes those kind of surprise us, but
yeah,
that's pretty low.
It is, especially when pretty much every other bourbon ever is at least around the 90 mark. I mean, it's not much shy of that. And it's their bourbon, so maybe they know that that's the proof that it's best at, where you get the most notes. So, I mean, sometimes maybe we're a little blind to that. I don't know.
Right. It's got a nice color. I'll give it that.
Yeah, nice amber color.
It's got that very amber, almost like a golden amber type color.
Mm-hmm.
Right off, it definitely has those kind of normal notes of the toasted oak finish products that we've had in the past.
Yeah, you kind of get like a little burnt wood on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of unique, and it's got some. It's pretty sweet too on the nose.
Yeah, marshmallow, kind of butterscotch.
Butterscotch for sure. Yeah.
Obviously, kind of in that vanilla realm.
And kind of got like a clove or clover type of kind of something green to it as
Just
well.
a little bit of something like that in the background.
Yeah.
It's very sweetness forward, but I definitely see what you're saying. It's definitely got something in the background that's a little bit like in the clove, almost tobacco-ish, like sweet tobacco leaf.
Yeah,
kinda.
maybe a bit of like nutmeg or something like that as well.
Yeah. It's a really pleasant nose.
Yeah, it's definitely on the sweet end of things, which is pretty common from the toasted stuff that we've had.
Right.
So I assume that the kind of taste of it's going to follow that line as well and be a little sweeter on the tongue.
Yeah, it seems in these toasted oak products that we've had that kind of follows suit. You get a lot of those kind of notes in the nose. They kind of hit the same notes in the taste as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think I'm getting much more out of the nose. If you want to dive into it, I'm ready.
Okay. That has a weird, I don't really know what it is. The initial taste on that is very odd.
Right at the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, as soon as it touches the tongue, it's very sweet, and then it gets this strange, I don't know what that is, taste.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that is.
And I was holding back because you were saying exactly what I was thinking. But, and I hate to say this, but kind of like a, maybe chemically kind of.
Yeah, it's very.
I don't know. No, I'm not sure if this batch is being held to the same standard as what some of the older ones were, which I've got one from a few years ago, probably like a 2018, 2017 or something sitting back here. So maybe it's a little different. I'd heard through the grapevine that maybe this one wasn't quite up to the level as those other ones.
Okay.
But I didn't want that to get in the way of this because I've never had any of them, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think I've had any of the Michter's ones before. Outside of that taste that I can't really figure out, I'm getting a lot of like the same notes that you would typically expect, almost like a pecan type flavor as well.
It's definitely got some kind
Like
of peanut, yeah, some
kind of
nut going on.
It really puts me in mind of pecan, but it might be, I don't know, more in line with like a walnut or something like that. But either way,
there's something strange going on there.
Yeah, that flavor in between that initial sweetness and then whenever you start to kind of pick up on that nuttiness and everything, there's something there that's really throwing me off.
Right off the tongue, it's good, but it quickly, and it feels like it's in the middle of my mouth, kind of like the middle of my tongue. There's just it's almost off-putting.
Yeah.
The taste that you get. And I don't really know how to describe that. And then it gets a little more earthy. It's very thin feeling as well.
It is.
Now, as far as that 86 proof, it's kicking me a little more than I thought it would.
Yeah, the 86 proof goes a long way. I'll give it that. Bonus points for stretching the proof as long as they possibly can on there.
But it's just kind of right at it. It's not lingering for me. I'm not getting a hug, so...
No.
I don't know if that is also associated with the proof, but in the mouth it feels pretty hot.
Yeah. The proof is definitely all in the mouthfeel. Like you said, you don't get the hug. It don't really like go down into your chest or anything like that, which, plenty of people out there don't like that. I know that's something that me and you both do.
Yeah, I'm a little let down by how warm it is, and then it's just kind of gone. Because if that could have somehow hung around more and gave a good, solid Kentucky hug there, I'd probably be thinking about this a bit higher. And you can probably already tell the way I'm talking about it. I don't love it.
You know what? There's a couple aspects of it that I do really like, so that's what's kind of bringing it back up for me a little bit. Whatever that flavor is in the middle of the profile, it really just kind of ruins the whole thing for me.
Yeah.
The initial taste followed by the like that kind of nuttiness or whatever. Like I do enjoy that middle part that just kind of sideswipes everything. I really don't. I don't even know what flavor it is. Like you said, it's almost like chemical. Like, I don't know. It's got just a weird, very weird flavor.
It's definitely got that just classic Michter's sour mash profile going on. So if you like Michter's, you will probably love this. I think I'm probably just not big on their bourbon anyway. So I don't think them toasting it's going to change it much for me. I'm definitely, even if I can get it at retail, I'm not spending $50 more for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I might and then do other things besides keep it.
Yeah, as far as trying to get it to drink, I'm with you there.
It's funny, at the end it says, it goes through a lot, basically a lot of words saying nothing, and then says, at peak flavor, it is further mellowed by our signature filtration.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Is that a goal?
Not for me. I don't want mellowed.
Know. So
give me
that's strange.
Give me all the flavor.
I love their bottle. I love their label.
I really love the label. I love how it looks like aged and kind of weathered a little bit.
Yeah.
That's always kind of been one of my favorite parts about Michter's in general.
I'm stuck between two numbers. I don't know what to go with, so I'm just going to go with the lower one because you're probably a little higher than me, so maybe it'll even it out a little bit.
Okay. I'm sure I am higher. Generally am.
Okay. My results are in. You already showed yours.
Yeah, the folks out there understand where I'm at right now. I wanted to go ahead and let them know.
How close am I?
0.3 lower.
0.3 lower. Okay. And you have?
6.1.
Okay. So 6.1 is what I was originally going to go with.
Okay.
I am a 5.9.
Oh, see, so I was close.
5.9.
I was very close.
I was going to go with the 6.1. I took another drink of that, and I was like, you know what? It's not quite there for me, but that's where it is. It's 6.0.
It's not quite there for me, but the things that I feel like it did have going for it, I felt like it at least deserved a 6. Mm-hmm. You know, the nose is very pleasant. I am a fan of it. The initial sweetness and that nutty kind of flavor that you pick up a little bit later on both work for me. And even though the proof is low, I feel like they get a lot out of it initially. But the back end of the proof doesn't really give anything, in the middle part of the palate just really throws me off, whatever that flavor was. I honestly still don't know.
For me, the sweetness is interesting at the beginning of it because it is just so sweet, which is a little different than their just regular standard bourbon. So just for uniqueness, kind of gives it where I got it to. I think everything else is just kind of lacking, overhyped, overpriced. A collection piece will probably sit on my shelf for a while. I don't see myself really going back in for it for a while, considering I could have other things that are significantly better and for a lot less money.
Yeah.
And that sounds harsh, but that's where I'm at with it.
I kind of feel the same way. I'm kind of the garbage disposal of alcohol around here, so anything that's maybe not necessarily up to standard, a lot of times I am the one that finishes it off. So I'm sure this will probably be something that gets finished off slowly whenever I come back for a taste here and there to remind myself of exactly what it tastes like. But it's not, even at that, like, it's not really something that I'm going to be very eager to come back to and try again.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just not good. It's okay. No, I just think if I'm going to any liquor store, I'm getting 100 things that are $30 or less before I get this.
For sure. And if I just had my mindset on something that was a toasted barrel, this wouldn't even be one of the first couple of those I would go for either.
No.
So.
Now, again, maybe one of the older batches is much better. I've heard that. So maybe if we get into this other one back here, it'll be a bit different, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going with the 2022 one that we got. So that's all I've got for it. Anything else?
I can't really add anything else, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Leave us a message if you've had it. If you've had some of the older ones, let us know if this just seems completely off base, or if you've had this one and some of the older ones. Is there a difference?
Right.
Because I'm thinking there must be.
And if you have had one of the other versions of it, tell us which one it was, and kind of what you picked out of it. So
that's all I got.
That's all I got. See you guys.
All right, thanks. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I wanna.